Today we have a star that works behind the scenes as a production designer, as an art director, and a visual artist. She graduated with honors from University of Western, with a triple major in media, fine arts, and art history. And speaking of overachieving, she also recently finished a postgrad at Sheridan College, working in special effects makeup, prosthetics, and props. Now, she has designed for a wide range of companies such as Sephora, OLG Slots, and Team Canada Basketball. Please welcome the artistic talent that is Josette Joseph.
Hi.
Hi. It's Josette Joseph is your last name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have you as Josette Real Jerk in my phone, so I just wanted to make sure.
I have you as Allison TRJ. So
Exactly.
It's like mutual.
It's like where you worked together. That's what it
How
is.
do we know each other? Honestly, though, whenever I'm on set, it's like the same thing. It's like first name.
And where I know you from.
First name, insert project here.
Exactly.
I can't be bothered with last name.
I know, it's too much memorization. We meet too many people nowadays.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. People are everywhere. So
Literally everywhere.
Literally, especially as a freelancer. There's literally people everywhere.
That's so true.
I can't remember anything.
Can't remember anything.
I can't.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
So how did you get into art production? Like, was that always the path you wanted to do that, or did it come to you later?
So I was always very artistic as a kid. I was an only child, so I had to like do
so she's weird.
Own, so I'm weird. Barbie, weird Barbie, that's me. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, as a kid, I would always like create, and that's just how I filled my time. I would always like, because I had no one to play Barbies with me, I would have to like create a whole scenario and then act out both parts and like that whole thing. I would make my own board games, that whole thing. Nice. But then as I entered school, I like didn't really know that art was a viable thing, and like my family kind of pushed me towards business because that was like the stable route. And then so I kind of like put art on the back burner, but like kept trying to keep it in my life. Like I danced my whole life, and that's kind of how I would express myself.
Okay.
And then I got to university, and I started doing, originally it was just 2 majors, just 2. But originally I wanted to do like a media and like business, like dual thing, because I was like, okay, I can like combine my love for like art with business. I can be like a publicist or like something. And then I took 1 business course, and I was like, yeah, no.
This is actually not
just 1, not it. I can't do this for the rest of my life. So I switched into art and art history without telling my family. And once it was all finalized, I was like, hey guys, so by the way, don't be surprised when I walk on that stage and they don't announce that it's a business degree. Like it's a surprise. It's an art degree, and they weren't mad or anything, because they were like, what are we gonna do? It already happened,
right?
And that was the plan. That was the strategy, right? But then I actually started really excelling in my art classes, and my grades were higher. I was like more passionate about school. I was burning out less. Well, I was still burning out because when I switched into art, we got hit with a little pandemic, so that was fun.
Just a mild inconvenience.
Just a mild inconvenience. But what was nice was that my homework was literally making paintings. So I would just sit in my bedroom, on my bedroom floor, and just paint.
Nice.
And that was it, and that's how I spent my pandemic. And then so it was something that I kind of tried to fight for a while. Not really fight, but I was like, art's not really a viable thing until I was like, okay, I have to do this or I'm gonna hate my life. And then and then I started doing it, and it worked out. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how did you balance all of your triple major? How did you do this?
I had to do an extra year.
Okay, that's all right.
I had to do another year. I had to do a full course load all the time. So there was no taking a break and only having 4 courses, maybe 3.
That's nice.
I had to just buckle down and do the full 5 to 6 every semester for 5 years straight. And I had to live in London, Ontario, which was the worst part. So that was the real pain.
So that
was actually the hardest part.
That's hilarious. So, I mean, there's no way you did not burn out, as you say.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with burnout in the moment?
Well, in the moment, so I'm a different person now. So like the way I deal with burnout is by like really slowing down. I'm in my meditation era.
Yes.
Yeah. I light a little incense and I play video games. Like traditionally, that's always like ever since I was a kid, ever since like my family like got me a PlayStation. That's always kind of how I dealt with like any negative emotion. Just like dive into an RPG and be someone else.
I'm not avoiding anything.
I'm not, it's fine. I'm saving the world right now. So I honestly like, what's nice now is that I meditate first, and then once my head's clear, I'm like, okay, I deserve a little video game.
Yeah.
So it's like less like avoidance now, which
it's
like,
a joy.
It's a joy. It's like it's a reward.
Games.
I do really love video games.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Full geek.
Full geek. Oh my god.
I love it.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I was like, yeah, I'm like so cool. I'm like popular. Now I'm like, I literally cosplay for fun. So, like,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I wish. I will actually one day.
Yeah,
but
do it with us.
You looked awesome in your cosplay with Tristan last one I saw. It was great.
Thank you.
So what made you do the bonus school at Sheridan?
So the industry really slowed down towards the end of last year.
Okay.
Which I guess for future watchers, that was like November 2022-ish. November 2022, I came home from filming a feature in North Bay, and that was really busy, and that was like a really rewarding experience. But once I moved back from North Bay, there were literally no gigs. Like the industry was so dead. And like I only had like set art department stuff under my belt, and only like very specifically like art direction, set dressing, set decorating. So yeah, I was like, you know what, like I need to prepare myself for like future slow points and like gain more skills that could make me hireable in more than just like the one thing. So I joined school, and then a month later the whole industry went on strike. So I was like, wow, well, like that's kind of like
this is great. I love this for me.
I did love it for me. Hated it for the industry. You know, obviously like everyone was down bad.
Yeah.
Everyone had to get a little side restaurant job. It was a tough time, but I was like, wow, nothing's ever worked out like that. Like this is almost comical, but in the most like tragic way.
Yeah, you're like, I have to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah, like, at least I'm in school and drowning in debt. I don't know. So, and then a month before I graduated, the strike cleared up and everything was good. And now actors are getting paid fairly, and so are writers. Yeah. So I'm happy that like I'm going into an industry that's like a little happier.
A little happier. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So.
Do you have a preference between like the jobs of like whether you like props or set deck or?
I haven't done enough prop jobs yet, but I would probably say props, because like all of the roles that I've done like as an art director, anytime I've gotten the opportunity to like fabricate something, that's when I felt the most rewarded.
Right.
So like I recently did a music video, and I had to like make a gun, like make a fake gun, and like that was my favorite part of everything. I was the art director, but like it was just like I was the only art person. Yeah. So like any props they needed, I had to make that too. So yeah, that gun was my favorite part, and I just like have it on display weirdly. And then I always have to tell people it's not real. Don't worry, it's literally made of resin. Like it doesn't even pull.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. So how do you, when somebody comes to you with like a project, how do you go through the process of like creating set deck stuff? Like, do you read the script and then? And then you're like, this is what I see for it, or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I read through the script, and then, so I usually make like a Pinterest board, or I try to find like reference images to like kind of like feel for the vibe and like kind of like be able, and especially like finding the references helps me convey to whoever, like the project directors or producers, it helps me convey like the vibe that I see. Right. Because I'm not great with words. Like, I find, so, which checks out because I'm very much like a visual person. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the process. Like I put a lot of emphasis in like the research process too, especially if like the script is specific to a time period, a culture, things like that. Like obviously as a designer, I want to do justice to whatever I'm representing. Right. So I do place a lot of emphasis on research. Nice. And that's a big part of it. And then, yeah.
Do you like the research process?
Honestly, I do. I find it fascinating. Like, I'm a trivia girly, so
Nice.
I do like doing the research.
Awesome.
But like, I do find that I really have to like pep talk myself into it. Like, starting is the hardest part.
Always.
I'm like, you just gotta sit down.
Yeah.
And just do it. I have like hardcore ADHD. I guess like every creative. Like, it's just like a thing now that everyone's got it.
It's like ADHD, the art's for you.
Arts is for you. You walk on a film set, it's everyone's tweaking a little bit. Like, yeah, this is my spot.
Yeah. What's your stim?
That's exactly it. What's your current hyperfix? Like, it's awesome. But yeah, with that said, it's really hard to just like buckle down and do it. But once I'm like in it, I'm like all in, and
Nice.
I really enjoy that stuff.
Epic. Do you ever have like a director come to you with their vision and you have to like conjoin the two?
Yeah.
Do you find that more difficult than just, this is what I see?
It's not that it's necessarily difficult, but like I find that that's when I doubt myself the most, because I'm like, oh, what if they hate my ideas? But then I remember I'm a bad bitch, and like they can't hate my ideas.
Yes.
But I don't know. I do really enjoy that stuff though. Like I think like collaboration is such a beautiful process and like such a huge part of art, and like especially filmmaking.
Right.
So I do really like those, but that's probably where I feel the most pressure. I'm like, okay, I have to like pull through. I really have to deliver. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your stress, not mine. Like, yeah, that feels stressful already.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Prosthetics, fun.
So
So much fun.
So fun.
Do you have a favorite? I mean, I know that you've only done it like through school mostly, but do you have like a favorite piece that you did?
Oh my God, my lettuce head.
Lettuce head.
Basically,
Explain.
I turned my friend into a head of lettuce.
That's amazing.
Like the story, because we had to give like stories to all our prosthetics. So the story was she just had some rare genetic disorder where she her skin like slowly flakes out into lettuce. So the way I did the prosthetic was it was her in like the transitionary period. So it's not like a full head.
Yeah.
But like she's got some
Getting
leaves going. She's got the green
amazing.
veining. That was so much fun. But also that prosthetic was the most involved. It took like 2 months to like prepare it, make it,
really?
everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a big long process. So that's also probably why it was my favorite, because it was like the most invested. Like I was so invested into it.
Yeah,
So
and it's super rewarding when it's done. Yeah,
and it looks so good, and I was like, oh, thank God. Imagine like putting 2 months of my life into something and it looks like shit.
Yeah. Do you get nervous about like the outcome of your
all the time.
projects?
All the time. Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I just hashtag trust the process.
That's all you can do.
I usually honestly the way it goes is I usually complain to Tristan, and Tristan's like, it literally works out every time. Like, stop.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing. Cameron's like, you come home happy every single time, and I'm leaving. I'm like, oh, life sucks.
Why did I pursue this life?
Yeah.
And then you come back and it's like,
Like,
so
I love everything.
I'm such a creative. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like, so.
I love it. I love it. So you have a dream about your Oscar. Please tell everyone.
Oh yeah. So just remember my name, because in 10 to 15 years I'll win an Oscar.
And who's handing it to you?
Leonardo DiCaprio is going to hand me my Oscar. It's everything in the universe is pre-planned, and that's one of them.
Yes, absolutely. I love that you have like who's handing it to you.
Yeah.
Because I've always had the, I'm definitely going to say this in my speech or whatever, but I never thought who's going to hand it to me.
Oh no.
So it's good for the manifest.
The manifest. I even said, I think I said that I was going to win it in 2045 or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll replay this podcast in 2045. Be like, see? She manifested it. It'll be a viral clip in 20 years.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make it to Ellen. Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah.
I miss those days.
I know. R.I.P. The Ellen Show.
R.I.P. Is it done?
Yeah. A done deal. Now we got like Drew Barrymore and Kelly Clarkson. I was like, the other one. And there's a bunch others now. As soon as like the two major like Oprah Ellen stop, they're all like, we're gonna
let's all have a talk show.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Yeah. Yours is the talk show I support. Yeah.
I'm so honored.
Yeah.
The Canadian talk show.
Yes.
That's coming.
Yes.
So are you union or non-union currently?
Non-union
With
currently.
IATSE.
I'm
just
currently,
like saying it.
It's fun. IATSE. I'm currently non-union, but I am hoping to get unionized this year.
Nice.
I've applied twice. And like something that people don't talk about enough is that like they just get so full so fast. Like there are only so many spots.
Right.
So I applied twice. And then like I didn't necessarily get rejected twice, but like both times it was like, hey, we're full and you were on the bottom half of the pile kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And like because no one talks about that, like I was so bummed and I was like, oh, I suck.
Yeah.
But like then I had a talk with one of my teachers and he was like, no, that's just like a normal thing that happens. Like there's only so many people that the unions can accept. So
it's not
just keep
like,
trying.
It's not that you're not talented.
Yeah, they're like, you don't suck.
Yeah.
You just try again later when we like need more people.
Yeah. So it's not a no, it's just not right now.
Yeah. So
But 2024
is gonna be the year.
We're coming for
hopefully.
it. Ayo.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference of which sets you work on, union, non-union? Because I know for acting, they feel very different.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Sometimes.
I definitely bet. I like union because we get paid for overtime. And the mandatory, oh my god, there are so many mandatory like food breaks. So many. Like on a non-union set, there's just kind of like a craft table, and like obviously like there's like the classic like lunch and like breakfast.
Yeah, pizza
and donuts, Tim Hortons. But on a union set, everyone breaks for like the pre-lunch for what is it, subs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You have breakfast, and then you have a little snack, and then you have lunch, and then you have another little snack, and then you wrap out, and sometimes they'll leave you with the snack to go home with. Like,
That's true.
It's awesome. There's so many food breaks. Like, I just feel so well fed on a nice union set.
That's true. That's true. And not like worked to the bone.
And worked to the bone in exchange for Welch's. Like, so
Welch's in a very old pizza.
Cold.
And a cold pizza.
And a cigarette. That's dessert.
Maybe.
Maybe. Only
they're expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a favorite project that you've worked on so far?
Absolutely. The Boy in the Woods. That was what I shot in North Bay last winter or like fall. And then this is where I'm gonna plug in the podcast that it's coming out on Paramount Plus, and everyone should watch it. It's a very powerful and moving film. And yeah, it was my favorite project that I've ever worked on, because that was a 2-month-long thing, and that was the first time that I had to like move away from home somewhere so far that I've never been to, just to like create art. So just the experience in that alone was like really cool. Wicked. And then we had to turn North Bay into 1940s Poland. What? So that was like a whole task, and like there were so many custom builds, and like it was just so cool. Like we did the most. Like we did so much to help realize the director Rebecca Snow's vision, and like in the end everyone was just like so happy with it. And then I recently got to actually watch the film, and like the whole time I just kept like nudging to Tristan, being like, I made that.
See that wall there?
That wall? I painted it. See that speck of dirt? I placed it. You know? Like,
I love that.
And it was just like so cool, because like while watching the film, it was just like convincingly Poland. It just like it definitely looked like it could have been like the era and time and place it was set in like World War II. It's about this like young Jewish boy who survived the Holocaust by hiding in the woods for like 2 years straight.
Wow.
Yeah. So
nice. Yeah. So, and did you guys have a big team for that, for the art department?
Yeah, we had a nice big art team, which was nice. That was because I traditionally came from like mostly non-union sets. Art department's usually like 3 people. But this time it was like a whole full team, and we even had like a roster of dailies, which was awesome. Like every day I could call someone and be like, you free? No? Okay. And then I'll call someone else, and there was just a full list.
Amazing.
And it was just so nice that like there was a full group of people that were all talented, and we were all coming together to create 1940s Poland, and like it was just so cool.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
I love that. And how long was that shoot up in North Bay?
The shoot itself was about 5 weeks, I want to say, like 25 days-ish.
Nice.
But with pre-production was about, well, my involvement in pre-production was about a month long.
Okay.
So yeah, so altogether, like, I left in mid-September and I came back to Toronto in mid-November.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, 2 months in North Bay. There was like nothing to do. I was like a regular at like
shocked.
the East Side Mario's. Like that was like it.
Like, you didn't even have those.
Yeah,
here.
I know.
It's such a country restaurant.
It's so true. Whoa.
Yeah, we love it. It's hilarious. So what is your most recent project? School?
School. Well, I did a music video a month ago. I was feeling masochistic enough to want to take on a project on top of my finals, but you know, it was really fun. It was for a music video for Anna Sophia. It was called A Chew. It just came out like this week.
Okay,
and
nice.
that was the one where I made the gun for.
Amazing.
So yeah, yes, that was recent. But
do you like working a lot?
I
putting
do.
a lot on your plate at one time?
I used to, but now that I'm like aging, I'm like, oh, maybe we should go one thing at a time. And that's something really valuable that this year taught me being in school, because I couldn't work on set because there was a strike. But even if there wasn't a strike, like I couldn't afford to do like the 12-hour plus days because of school.
Right.
So I had to get 2 part-time jobs to like be able to maintain, like pay my bills and everything.
Right.
And having to balance 2 jobs plus full-time school plus just like life.
I already tapped out.
Yeah, like it sucked. It sucked so bad. But now that I've graduated and I'm only doing my like 1 part-time job, I'm like, this is nice. What if I just like did this and I just did 1 project at a time?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
And how did it feel? You liked it a lot?
Oh
better?
yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 1 project.
A little more zen.
A lot more. It's just a lot more peaceful.
Did you find that well, no, you're still in school in the pandemic. I was going to say, did you get that as well?
I graduated in the middle of the pandemic, so I actually got my start in the industry during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was interesting.
Oh, was it? Do tell.
It's just like the way like pandemic productions would like go is at the start everyone's so strict about like wear your masks, wear your face shields, like have your bubble. Your bubble's your department. By the end of production, masks are always on your chin. The art bubble has also become the camera bubble. Like it's just like, you know, it's just like. But also when you're on a project, you're only spending all of your time with just that like group of people. Even if it's like 50 people, it's the same 50 people.
Right.
So your safety was always like top priority. And even still, like even now, they still do COVID testing on sets. They still like, if you're dealing with an actor, you have to have like all of your PPE. And that was something that like, they never really kind of like laid back on. Like they would be a little more laid back with the crew because they're like, whatever, you can crew.
We don't care if you're sick.
If you're sick.
But the talent.
Word. Okay.
I get it.
That's
no
fair.
one will know if I'm replaced. I understand.
I understand. I'm just a name and a credit. it's fine. That said, though, I do love what I do.
I was gonna say, I'm like, no, you're a talent as well.
I'm a talent as well. I am a talent. I do treat myself as though I am a talent in my own right.
Absolutely.
And like I think that mindset really helps me take like my role very seriously. Yeah.
Excellent. Do you ever have like imposter syndrome when?
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
like
I didn't even finish that. All the time.
I live with it. It's just my personality now. But I feel like so many like crew people, or I guess like in front of the camera too. Like I feel like it's just common, like just as a creative, because creativity is so subjective. You put your heart and soul into something, but then what if the director hates it?
Yeah.
What if they're like, oh, this is nice, but like change everything. So
what if we did not this at all?
Not this, exactly. So it's a lot of like extra work to try to like separate like the personal kind of like I suck from the external you suck. But that said, like once you get into like, I'm trying to get into the habit of like really believing in my talent and really just being like, you know, if they don't like it, that's okay. Like, that's why we prepare and we have backup options and things like that. And like, you know, in those moments where I do prepare for like, oh, they don't like this, there's this backup option, that's when I feel extra good, because I'm like, oh, I'm so talented that like I made more than one option that rocks. Yeah. So
that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Does everybody do a backup option, or you just come extra prepared?
It's common in art department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially because like art is so.
So would it just be like 2 different themes or 2 different vibes under the same?
Pretty much. Yeah.
know?
Like for example, if we have to dress a bedroom, we'll have like 3 different curtain options just in case they don't like the first one, or different bedding options, things like that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And where do you get your inspiration for like creating a set? Like other than like the things that are given to you?
Pinterest.
Pinterest. Shout out Pinterest.
Shout out Pinterest. You're my favorite. Love you so much.
I love it.
This was not sponsored by Pinterest.
But it should be.
But it should be. Sponsor Allison. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good idea. I wouldn't even have thought about that.
Oh, I use Pinterest like daily. Like I used to doom scroll like Instagram and stuff, but now I doom scroll Pinterest. It's a problem.
Nice.
But like it's just so nice just seeing all this inspiration. And even on Instagram, I follow designers and I try to like, and I have like, you know how you can make little folders?
You save them. Yeah.
So I have like so many folders of just like inspiration for like different things.
Nice.
So I really tried to curate my like Instagram, especially now that they have like the whole algorithm thing. I tried to take advantage of that and curate that into a Pinterest that's not Pinterest.
Right. Yeah.
A Pinterest where I can also talk to my friends. I think you can do that on Pinterest too, but I don't think enough of my friends are on Pinterest.
Yeah, maybe not.
Like, let's chat on Pinterest. Like,
yeah, never thinking of chatting on Pinterest.
No.
Do you have a favorite like theme or genre or time period that you like to do set deck for?
Ooh, my favorite is like the really creative, like out there sets. Like I did for Ology Slots, I had to do like an entirely orange room. Like everything was orange, the couches, everything, and like it was like it had a smaller budget, so I had to get creative with it. So I found out how to make like DIY fabric paint, and like we got these chairs from a thrift store and we just painted them, and like yeah, that was awesome. And I think like things like that where I get to really express my creativity, those are the sets that I really love and I really enjoy. So I'm really manifesting more like out there creative kind of sets like that for 2024.
Nice. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And have you done sci-fi at all, or any like fantasy stuff?
I did a Star Wars fan film once.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was awesome. That was another set where I got to be like completely creative, and like so the director wanted me to create like a Star Wars-esque tavern just from scratch. Like we just rented like an open studio space and we built flats and we just painted everything and it just looked so cool. Like the walls, we painted them to look like they were like rusted metal sheets that were bolted together.
Nice.
Like the bar was really cool. It had some kind of like Star Wars-esque like language just kind of like roughly spray painted onto like the front so that it looked like a little rougher, but like still like it just looked like a rougher bar in this Star Wars world, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like, yeah. So that was really fun, and I think I would really enjoy doing more sci-fi things because you have to be so creative and like think outside the box for like those kinds of projects.
That's fair. That's fair. It's not just like girl's bedroom. 1990.
Yeah. Go to IKEA. Buy, like, so basically any job where I can avoid going to IKEA, those are my favorites.
Nice. Where you can really like MacGyver things.
Yeah.
Too.
I really enjoy creative problem solving. Like I find that really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's actually like my favorite part about this round of school at Sheridan, because it was all creative problem solving. They would be like, one of the assignments was to make a lightsaber out of like nothing, like out of just like recycled things, and all they gave us was a plastic pipe. And they were like, don't spend more than $20, but make a lightsaber. And we're like, oh. So yeah, and that was really fun, and we all created like really cool things out of just like garbage. Nice. So, like, it was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. When a project comes to you with with a job, do you get a budget for spending on art department stuff?
Yeah.
Or okay. So you get a budget for department stuff and then your pay as well?
Yes.
Or if you spend the whole thing, or if you save money, do you get the rest of it?
No.
Damn.
I've tried. I'm like, so like, because I'm so good at couponing.
I'm so thrifty.
No.
Okay,
It
so
goes,
you got the
it
budget
goes
for the art
towards other
department
things.
stuff.
Like it goes towards covering work.
Snacks.
Goes towards the Welch's. I think like, because usually I think budgets are, productions typically go over budget.
Fair.
So anywhere where budget is saved, they go towards covering the like overages and like
Fair
that
enough,
stuff.
fair enough.
Yeah, but I will say trying to save money in the art department is very hard.
Difficult.
It's extremely difficult. It's very common. It doesn't go over.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 don't recommend.
So yeah, I'm quite used to that conversation with like the producers where I'm like, hey guys, so I need $300 more. So yeah, I do try to avoid it though, but sometimes the supply does not meet the demand. And
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
the demand is the priority, right? So I'm just like, if you want it to look great, you gotta spend the extra money.
Do you find that uncomfortable having that?
Oh yeah, I hate doing it. I'm like,
Hi. So sorry to bother
so
you
sorry.
again.
Hope you're having a wonderful day. I need money.
Right? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I hate asking my own family.
So like asking strangers,
Yeah.
Probably are just, hey, so. But usually
true.
what's nice is like whenever I ask for extra money, I don't try to do it with like, I don't just try to like ask them just out of nowhere. I'm usually like, I send them links. I'm like, this is what I need to buy. Like, this is why. Like, this is where. I'm not just giving you a random figure. Like, this is why. This is exactly what I need and why I couldn't use the previous, like, what was already given to me.
Yeah.
So I really try to justify it instead of just being like, give me your money, please, respectfully.
I need 300. Don't ask why.
Don't ask why. Just do. Just do it. No, I try to like be like, this is why. Like, this is why you need it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever keep things from set?
When I'm allowed to.
Good answer. That was a test.
She's actually a producer.
stole it.
She was screening me.
Yeah. What have you stolen from
What have I
set?
stolen from
I feel like everybody's stolen something from set.
the most
But,
I've stolen from set was probably like stickers, like something stupid.
Yeah.
Whenever I can keep something, because normally like production houses and producers will like typically keep everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll work with a producer where like they'll pick what they want. They'll be like, either donate the rest or like take what you want. And I'm like, oh, don't mind if I do.
Amazing.
My house is needing a little extra decorating, you know?
Excellent.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
What do you do in your spare time to keep the creative juices flowing?
I don't even know. I just
She doesn't have
I don't
spare
have
time.
spare time. Yeah, that's bold of you to assume I had spare time. That was
Meditating and
kinda crazy.
video gaming,
Yeah.
painting on the floor.
That's exactly it. Something that I do like to do though is I like to read a lot of art books.
Okay.
Like those like coffee table-esque books.
Yeah.
I went through a phase with my first
Can't believe people actually read those.
I know, right? With my first big like film paycheck, I went straight to Indigo and I bought like $300 worth of art books for some reason because I was like, yeah, and now I'm an artist. I need the aesthetic. And now that I just own all these art books, I'm like, oh, I should read them. So I started actually like reading them. And it's actually like, it's like giving a lot of inspiration too. So it's like, it makes me feel so traditional. Like, let me just flip through a page. Let me sticky tab this. Highlight, yeah. So I'd say like that's probably what I do the most, like keep the creative juices flowing. Because I try not to like do too many like creative little projects on my own because then like I get jaded very easily. So I'm like, I'd rather save the creative juices for like when they're needed because I know they're there. I know they're there. But you know, every now and then I do like get like a burst of creativity where I'm like, I need to like make something. I tweak like that too. I need to make. So I'll either like draw or paint or like sculpt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Whatever speaks to
me. Whatever. My friend and I, just for fun, we're planning on doing a little photo shoot. Just for funsies. Yeah.
So like an awkward family photo shoot? Or?
No. That would be fun. good.
Glam? Are you doing full glam?
We're doing full glam. We're doing a
Amazing.
full glam shoot. So, and she's never been the subject of a full glam shoot. So like, you know, we're
fun.
gonna do it up. So
When the behind the scenes people jump in front of the camera.
yeah, I'm gonna look so awkward and be like, with my little one lash falling.
Yeah, all teeth.
Kindergarten photo.
Exactly, just like the kindergarten photos.
Yeah.
So what if you could work on any project that already exists in the world? Which project would you work on?
The Last of Us.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to be a prosthetic artist.
I was just gonna say, I literally watch films and I'm like, oh, the art department had so much fun in this scene.
The art department really went crazy here.
Yeah, like they did not hold back. I'm like, oh, but yeah, that was wicked.
Oh man, and like I was just like a fan of The Last of Us from like before.
I was gonna say, you're a video game
I'm a
person,
video game
so it just makes so much sense.
like, and they've always been like some of my favorite video games. So when they announced that it was like gonna be a TV show and that they're filming in Canada, I was like, oh my god.
I'm here.
Pick me.
That's amazing.
And now that I can actually do prosthetics, I'm like, who do I reach out to? I will literally do it for free. Like, I just want to do it. Yeah, you heard it here first. Hey,
come get her. We got her.
Yeah, hire me.
Yes.
I'll fly to Calgary on my own money. I promise. Like,
I will walk.
I will walk.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
I want to do it so bad.
That'd be
and
so
like they are
wicked.
shooting this year, so.
All right, well, we're gonna search up who to email and send it over this podcast.
On my ride home, I'm gonna be like, who is the head of makeup and art in The Last of Us?
Right. That'd be so
Who do I
wicked.
know? Yeah.
Art department went hard.
Yeah.
It was so
Just,
good.
oh my god!
I love
like,
it so
was
much.
Just, they worked overtime on that.
Right?
Like, it's so good.
Damn. But yeah, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to touch on, or shout out or advertise or whatever?
Hire me. I'm available. You can check out my portfolio at josettejoseph.com.
Woo! And where can they find you on Instagram?
Lord Flacco Josie on Instagram.
It'll all be in the description below.
Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yay! Alrighty, so now I like to finish the podcast with fast five
Okay,
questions.
that's the actual fast five.
And they're just random, so
Okay, I'm scared. Okay.
they're easy. What's your favorite candy?
Rockets.
Rockets.
I love
you like eating chalk.
I love it. Nothing like drawing on the ground and then putting it in my mouth.
That's hilarious. It's such a random candy.
I know. I'll snort them, man. I love them so much.
Oh my god. What's your pet peeve?
Oh, when people, like slow walkers. I hate when someone's just like walking slow, or no, you know what? When like I'm walking, so I'm like a fast, and like when I'm walking, I hyperfixate on walking. Like I'm on a mission.
Yeah.
And when the person in front of me just stops.
Oh
my god, I'm like, my focus is thrown off. I can't do this anymore. I guess I gotta go home.
I'm done. I'm done.
I can't.
I tried to human today.
I can't. That was my sign.
That's hilarious. Favorite genre to watch?
Probably, I don't even know. Like whatever, everything, everywhere, and like.
Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once?
But also like my favorite film ever is the Grand Budapest Hotel. So I think like a nice like caper of sorts, you know?
Nice.
Like, something that's like very visually pleasing, but also has like a really compelling story to it that like holds me. you know? Like, yeah. So I don't know what that genre is called, but that. So the genre is Wes Anderson.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, she's such a film nut. Like, if you want to know anything about any kind of film, just ask her. She knows it all. And like her Oscars party is like a whole thing.
Yeah, get ready for the next one.
Yeah, exactly. There's contests. It's
a whole
intense.
thing.
It's intense.
I love the Oscars.
Yeah, they're amazing. What's your favorite beverage?
Coca-Cola.
Nice.
Yeah. Except it makes my tummy hurt, so I'm trying to find a new.
It's slowly killing me.
So trying to find it.
It's a one-way
Currently on the
relationship.
hunt for a new favorite beverage.
New favorite fix.
At the moment, I'm currently still under Coca-Cola's shackles. They got me.
Excellent. And if Coca-Cola would like to sponsor this podcast,
We love that.
I'm here for you.
Yes, we support that kind of Coke addiction.
It's only one Coke addiction I support. That's Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
I just wrote your commercial.
Get sued by everyone.
And last question, what is a piece of advice that you would have for other creatives that want to pursue art, set, deck, art director, awesome person?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like,
don't tell your parents.
Don't tell your parents. Do it in secret. No, but I think like something, especially because like imposter syndrome is such a big part of being like a creative, I find that the biggest barrier to entry is the self. And like being like, oh, I can't, like, I don't even know the right connections. I can't afford to take time off, things like that. Take time to save up so that you can have time to have a job hunt. Any connection you can find, be annoying. It doesn't even matter. Like honestly, I've had people message me and just like people I don't even know being like, how do I do this? And I'm more than happy to just like help. And like most of the time like creatives are, and yeah, so use any resource. Even if you just find someone on Instagram, just shoot them a message and just shoot your shot. So yeah, just like do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
And stop creating those own barriers for yourself.
Yeah.
Those imaginary barriers.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Exactly. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on my podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me. This was so cool.
My pleasure. I'm so honored you're my first behind the scenes girly.
Yeah, I'm honored that you're my first podcast. Yeah, there we go. Lots of firsts here.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for watching and for listening. For more interviews like this, check us out at Creative Full-Time.
Yeah.
Thank you again for watching the interview. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please remember to subscribe, to like, and to help us keep this podcast going and make it better and better. We have a spot that you can donate, pay what you can, on my website at AllisonMullings.com. The link is below in the description. Thank you so much again for listening and watching.